In today's project diary, I will teach you how to clone strawberry plants from runners.
Hi and welcome to Project Diaries. In today's video I'm going to do an update on my little strawberry plants and teach you how to take extra plants from these runners. So I'm going to give you a close up and show you how it's done.
Throughout the growing period, the mother plant will start producing runners, which will then in turn feed the daughter plants. The base of the new plant is called the crown, and this is where the new root system will start developing from. Each new plant will then in turn develop its own runner and then start producing its own daughter plant. You should be able to get between 3 and 7 new plants from each runner. So here's a strawberry plant 9 weeks after I've sown them from seed. Now you'll notice a different coloration in the leaves that have gone a little bit yellow. This is because I've left them too long in the pots. I haven't got round to finishing off this video. So the yellowing is a magnesium and nutrient deficiency in the soil. They need to be repotted. But as you can see here, there's a small little runner coming off of this one. Now as runners take a lot of energy out of the new plant, it's advisable to cut them off when they're this young. I wouldn't grow anything from runners at this stage. I'd at least let them be 6 months to a year old before I even attempt to do anything like I'm going to do today in a video. But I just want to show you how to do it. So just get any cutting tool and just try and snip it off right at the base of the runner. Now strawberries are heavy feeders, so you will need a fertiliser to make these grow and help them develop fruit in the future. Now there are so many ways that you can make free and inexpensive fertilisers at home, so I will do a series of videos in the future, so don't forget to subscribe. Now another reason not to do them while they're so young is because I've grown these from seed and I have no idea what they're going to taste like when they start producing fruit. So it's only worth cloning the plants once you know what the fruit tastes like. So the first thing you want to do when trying to root runners, you want to elevate the mother plant. The mother plant will be the first plant that you use. The runner will act like an umbilical cord feeding nutrients to the baby plants. So this will have to stay connected to the baby plant until it starts growing its own root system and defending for itself. Now if the camera can just focus, you'll be able to see the baby plant there with a small root system on the bottom. Now all you need to do is just get another pot with some regular potting soil. You want it to be light and airy because the root system on this new plant are going to be so light and delicate, you don't want to pack down heavy soil. So to hold the new plant in place, you want a small curvature piece of metal, a hair clip, paper clip, staple, anything that's just going to weigh it down. So I'm just going to use the upholstery staple here and give you a demonstration on how to do it. So making sure the new baby plant has the leaves facing upwards and the root is touching the soil, use the paper clip to push the runner down so the new root system is going to have a good connection with the soil so it can bed down. Then just make sure that the crown of the plant, that's the base of it, is covered in soil, but try not to bury any of the leaves. Then all you need to do is the exact same process for all the rest of the nodes on the rest of the runner. Now this can take some time, so I will speed this part up. Then all that's left to do is water them in. Now keep an eye on these over the next few days. Try not to overwater them or underwater them. Just keep the soil dark and not too shiny. Also make sure that the water doesn't remove all the soil around the crown and make sure it's covered. So here they are all finished. Now I should be able to get 9 new plants out of 3 older plants. Now I have got more to do, but I'm not going to do them all today because I'm just going to run out of space. Now all you need to do is just keep an eye on these. Now it can take between 1 and 3 weeks for them to start growing a root system and new leaves, but once they've started doing that, you can cut the runner off and they should start defending for themselves. Just make sure that the crown is covered with soil at all times. So here's an update 6 weeks in. Now I wouldn't recommend leaving them this long. Unfortunately I've been unable to maintain the garden over the past few months, but my dad has kindly repotted these so they haven't gone yellow. They seem really healthy and really strong. There is just one little plant down here that you can see where the root system didn't connect with the soil, so it hasn't grown yet. But you can see the difference between 6 weeks if you do it correctly or not. Now the mother plant still looks like she's struggling, but that's only because we're basically taking all the nutrients out of such a young plant. If she was an older plant, it would survive a lot better. but as soon as I start feeding her some homemade fertiliser once a week, she should bounce back. So just get the scissors or whatever you're going to use to cut the runner and just cut it off as closely to the main stem as possible. You need to cut off both sides. It's mad to think that I've now got 9 new plants from one strawberry that I harvested at the beginning of the year. Make sure that you are cutting the runner and not another stem with leaves on it, but it won't be a problem if you accidentally cut the wrong one. There you go. Now all you need to do is exactly the same process for all the other runners. Now as you can see here, all the new plants are growing runners as well. All the strawberries want to do is just reproduce and reproduce. So as I now want to focus on these new plants and make sure that they fruit really well next year, I need to cut all the runners off these and just keep an eye on it, because they will keep producing runners over and over again. So all you have to do is cut them off as close to the crown as you did before.
So here we go, I've separated them all from their original runners. Now if you are confused about which ones to trim, I'm just going to give you a close-up. Now you'll just see, as I showed you in the original part of the video, these little bulbs where the root can grow out of. Now this is the runner. Now I would recommend taking all of these runners off any of the new plants, because it will just take out any nutrients, and it will stop it forming any stronger roots. You want all the nutrients and all the energy to go into the original plant or the new plant. But yeah, that's how you get plants from runners. Good luck growing strawberries, and I'll see you again next time.
If you'd like to keep up to date on all of my future releases, don't forget to subscribe now. Here are some links to some of my other videos, and if you've been inspired or tried any of these at home, I'd love to see your progress, so please post them on my Facebook gardening group in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.